Vlog number 5. Oh yeah. I'm going to talk about an interview that I saw from Sinek. It's called The Millennial Question. It targets actually directly my generation, the millennial generation, and it's pretty impressive. And I'm gonna show you a short part of the interview. And then I'm just going to tell you what I think about it, because it's pretty impressive and I think it's really worth talking about. So yeah, and furthermore, yeah, that's basically it.
Give a speech or have a meeting where somebody doesn't ask me the millennial question.
What's the millennial question?
Apparently millennials as a generation, which is a group of people who were born approximately 1984 and after, are tough to manage. And they're accused of being entitled and narcissistic, and self-interested, unfocused, lazy. But entitled is the big one. And because they confound leadership so much, what's happening is leaders are asking the millennials, what do you want? And millennials are saying, we want to work in a place with purpose, love that. We want to make an impact, you know, whatever that means. We want free food and beanbags.
So, after seeing this interview, the first thing I did was actually going on his Facebook page, on Simon Sinek's Facebook page, and just looking for some way to contact him, and then I just wrote an email to him saying that I think, yeah, the millennial question was pretty impressive, and I don't know how it happened, but yeah, in just a few lines I basically went from actually wanting to talk about the millennial question to a video I did a few days after that on a Facebook Live, why there is no help others industry but a huge help yourself industry.
So of course there's nothing that I couldn't get up from. Like every other human ever besides somebody who now lives in some weird cave that we don't know about. You know what I mean?
I do.
We are strong as shit. We're really fucking strong. We're just being sold that we're not, because there's a lot of money in telling us that we're not pretty enough, thin enough, smart enough, good enough. Fuck that. I want to tell you, you're the fucking best. Go do shit.
There is no help others industry but a huge help yourself industry. And I just texted him about this, like I typed and I sent it to him. And yeah, a few days ago one of his staff members replied to my email, which is pretty impressive, because if you have 500,000 Facebook likes, you, in my opinion, get a lot of emails every day. And one of his staff members responded personally, and there was no kind of binary email that goes out to everyone. And he told me, yeah, we were pretty impressed by your email, and we're definitely going to show it to Simon, and then he decides whether to contact you or not. So I'm waiting for this. That would be pretty awesome if I would get to talk to him, or just, yeah, text him personally. Are we really entitled? I don't know. I don't feel like I've been entitled or more privileged than previous generations. But I do think that this generation is lazy as fuck, self-focused, like crazy, really crazy, self-interested, but overall not focused at all and not patient at all. Let me explain. Well, in my opinion, we are not more privileged than previous generations. We have more opportunities based on technology and our environment, with all Facebook and the internet and everything. We have way more opportunities. This makes us somehow more privileged, but overall in the world of actually getting a job and finding your passion and work 40 years for someone else, and by the time we get to the age to retire, we maybe have to work 50 years. I think there we're not more privileged. It's, in my opinion, we're less privileged because it's way harder to get a job and way harder to actually make money out of your passion than 20 years ago. 20 years ago, they were looking for people everywhere. And now, you have to get a ton of degrees that don't mean shit, but at the same time mean everything. You have to get 3 masters to land a job, but 95% of what you learn to get that master's isn't actually helping you to be happy, and that should be the main purpose, to actually be happy. Yeah, I don't think we're really that entitled, but I do think that this generation is crazily self-interested, because I know so many people who do care way more about their Facebook likes and shares and their thumbs up and on YouTube and their double tabs on Instagram than they actually care about their friends. So yeah, actually becoming famous seems to be the ultimate goal, even though it's pretty hard in this world to do it because we are so short term. We're not willing to put in the work for the next 15 years to make us to get so interesting that we actually get a following of people who are like, yeah, I'm going to do what he's doing or she's doing because they seem to know what they're talking about. We're only like, if I can get enough likes on that picture, my day is good. That's how Sinek calls it. That's temporary relief. But overall, yeah. As long as we're good, we do not care about others. And I think true happiness lays in actually finding your passion. And then just share that passion with as many people who have the same passion as possible to make them happy. Because if you make other people happy, you get happy as well. That's what I think. And you get happy if you actually get out of your comfort zone. Because how great does it feel to do something that scares you the very first time? It's just crazy. You feel good for a few days. Like if you're crazily afraid of heights and you go bungee jumping or something of that kind, you will feel so good afterwards. He says we're unfocused, and I think this is absolutely true because we cannot focus more than a minute or something. We cannot focus more than a minute on something because then our phone just rings. We get some likes on Instagram, or I don't know, your cousin 3rd grade from I don't know where texted you, and you look at your phone and your attention just goes from one thing straight to the other. This is the main thing we pay attention to. It really is. So, yeah, that's kind of a problem. We're really unfocused. We do not pay attention to everything around us whenever our phone rings. So that's a problem. And actually, if we are lazy, that's... I can't really say much about if we are really that lazy, because I don't know if the previous generation or a few generations before they were more lazy or less lazy. They maybe worked harder physically because there were more jobs where you needed to work physically, and there was, yeah, life wasn't just that convenient. But in the end, I do know a lot of people who work their ass off every day. But I actually do know a lot of people who watch Netflix all day and just chill. So I don't know. If you're happy while watching Netflix, cool. But if you're not a film critic, you're not going to make money out of that. Oh, that's fucked up as well. Overall, that whole question is there is no answer, there is no right or wrong. That's just my opinion, your opinion, everybody else's opinion, and in the end, we gotta see how this evolves, if we do really make an impact, if as this generation seems to have a lot of people want to make an impact, whatever that means. So what does making an impact really means? For me, we actually want to make a difference. And that comes from the idea of being different than other people. So basically being better than other people and just show, everyone that we're better. That's what most people, in my opinion, think what making an impact means. But making an impact has so many definitions. Because if you're an athlete and you're really good at, I don't know, running, and you become the fastest sprinter ever, like Usain Bolt right now, he's making an impact in the world competition of sprinting. No doubt. Because he's better than everybody else. And then you have people who make a social impact, like, I don't know, Mother Teresa, or all these guys like Tony Robbins who have charities to help people. They're making a social impact. But if you watch the entire interview, Simon Sinek talks about the way he interviewed millennials, and they're like, I feel like I'm quitting my job. And he's like, why? And they're like, I'm not making an impact. And he's like, you're working here for 8 months. And that's when patience kicks in. Gary Vaynerchuck talks about it a lot. We are all short term. Even though we only live one life, everything has to be long term. It makes no sense if you make more money next year or get more followers next year or lose more weight next year if you can triple it in 2 years. Why? Why would you give up long-term benefits for short-term gains? I don't know. Well, as you see, it's pretty hard to give an answer to the millennial question, but in the end I think everyone has his own answer.